your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. Compact four-wheel drive pickup trucks are very popular with younger buyers. They're tough, aggressive looking, and yes, can go just about anywhere. But they're also a lot more expensive than their two-wheel drive cousins. And let's be honest, how often do most of us ever really need four-wheel drive? Well, if you like the 4x4 look but hardly ever engage the hardware, Toyota has a more economical solution. It's a new version of the Tacoma, dubbed the PreRunner. The name Toyota chose, PreRunner, comes from the two-wheel drive trucks used to pre-run off-road desert racing courses. The PreRunners allow the drivers to practice difficult circuits while saving wear and tear on the team's super expensive four-wheel drive race trucks. The Tacoma PreRunner that you and I can buy is also two-wheel drive, but it shares the aggressive look of Toyota's toughest 4x4 off-roaders, especially if buyers choose the optional 15-inch alloy wheels with fat 265/75 off-road tires. Smaller 225/75 tires on steel wheels are standard. The Tacoma's latest nose adds to the PreRunner's beefy looks. It's tall, wide, and smooth, as do the standard extended cab and compact 74.5-inch bed, which still measures 40.9 inches between the wheel wells, enough room for most pickup owners' cargo needs. To move that cargo, our PreRunner came equipped with the optional 3.4-liter dual overhead cam V6 engine. It beefs out 190 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. A 2.7-liter four-cylinder churning 150 horses and 177 pound-feet of torque is standard. The only transmission available with either engine is an electronically controlled 4-speed automatic. With V6 and automatic at work, our PreRunner hit 60 in 10.1 seconds. The quarter mile took 17.5 seconds at 78 miles per hour. Pretty good for a pickup. Indeed, power output was strong, and despite a slight dip in the mid-range, remained so all through the rev band. The automatic transmission delivered smooth, solid shifts, while the front disc rear drum brakes with optional ABS delivered smooth, solid stops in a longish 136 feet from 60 miles per hour. Though we didn't care much for the brake pedal's light, mushy feel, stability was top-notch. In our slalom test, we were pleasantly surprised by the handling from the PreRunner's optional off-road package devised by Toyota Racing Development. The firm Bilstein shocks, progressive front coil springs, and modified camber rear leaf springs gave it a very connected feel. Though whether on track or road, we would have preferred quicker steering and more feedback through the wheel. But if we had to drive the PreRunner on the street every day, we'd probably pass on the TRD package. The ride is simply too stiff for long-term comfort. On rough surfaces, however, we really appreciated the resilient but long travel suspension, which when mated to the package's aggressive tires and rear locking differential, delivered far better than average rear drive grip. It won't replace a four-wheel drive Tacoma in really tough terrain, but it is a viable alternative for light-duty off-roading. In keeping with the PreRunner's semi-off-road character, the interior is utilitarian-looking yet still well-equipped. The optional front bucket seats are available in cloth only, as many of our staff think truck seats should be. They're well-padded and supportive. Gauges are basic, but large and easy to read, while controls for the standard air conditioning and AM/FM cassette stereo are straightforward, but the stereo is set lower in the dash than we'd like. We don't care for the old-style pull-out handbrake either. We do like features like dual power ports and the flexibility of a cutoff switch for the passenger side airbag, as well as the extra luggage space afforded by the extra cab. We wouldn't carry adult passengers back here unless we had to. It's too tight and Spartan, but it will hold a lot of luggage or a pair of youngsters. The extra cab's flip-out quarter and sliding rear windows are also standard equipment. All items that you could get on one of Toyota's four-wheel drive Tacomas, but for a lot more money. Toyota's suggested base price for the PreRunner is $17,238. Our V6 version starts at $18,168. That's a $2,700 savings over the price of an identically equipped 4x4 model. With options, our test truck rolls off the lot for $21,233. By Toyota standards, that's a bargain. The 1998 Toyota Tacoma PreRunner allows pickup truck fans to get the aggressive good looks that they demand without buying the heavy, expensive four-wheel drive system that they may seldom need, and still provides a reasonable dose of rough road ability to go with its stump jumper styling. PreRunner is definitely a compromise, but for trendy truckers on tight budgets, it turns out to be a pretty darn good one. Coming up, 30 years and still driving hard.